Chip chipperoo, everyone. It's Max and Skylar. We are here to tell you that if you are in the market for holiday gifts, or if you want a holiday gift for yourself, we have some wonderful Bob's Burgers holiday-themed merchandise in our store right now.
Not only that, we have a whole store full of hoodies, coffee cups, posters that are Bob's themed. If you want to gain big bonus points and have something Bob's Burgers themed under your Christmas tree for your favorite Bob's Burgers loving friend or family member, you know where to find it. It's bobscredits.com/shop.
Hi, I'm Max.
And I'm Skylar.
Recently, we decided to start watching Bob's Burgers to see what it was all about.
And it didn't take us long to become completely obsessed with the show.
But one of the things we love the most about the show is the brilliant end credit sequences.
Which is why we created this podcast.
Each week, we're going episode by episode to talk about the elaborate end credits.
We're excited to have you join us right here on Bob's Credits.
We'll make sure the Bob's Burgers end credits get the credit they're due.
All right!
God only knows what I chipperoo. Have I done that one? I've had to have done that one before.
I think you might have, but it doesn't matter because I'm smiling ear to ear.
It's the best song of all time, so I have a feeling I've done it before, and I have a feeling I'll do it again. But it's a love song, the best love song of all time, best song of all time.
Wow.
Not up for debate because, well, there's multiple reasons, Skylar.
Okay.
Let's announce it.
Well, I know one reason.
Yeah.
We're married.
We did it. This is our first recording as husband and wife. And I think it wasn't legal until we just said it on the recording.
Yes.
So now it's official.
Yes. Okay, what are the other reasons?
Well, this is a Valentine's episode.
Oh, and that song plays in Love Actually.
What song does? The one that starts the episode?
God only knows what I'd be without you.
Interesting. I didn't know that, even though I've seen that movie.
Because y'all know, this is Bob Actually.
Mm-hmm.
You have seen Love Actually.
I have, yes.
Okay.
We watched it last year, I think.
Yeah.
And I memed the hell out of that Keira Knightley
You would not give it up.
sign scene. In fact, it'll probably get some Bob's Burgers memes.
Because they were all holiday themed. We should repost those, like ASAP.
Yeah, I love using that as a meme.
Oh, man.
Here we are. Love is in the air.
I think I might have even written that in my synopsis, but I'm not sure.
Love is in the air? Okay.
Well, I do. And just to pause for a second, we are on a high.
We are.
And I'll let you describe our little wedding weekend. Happiest day of my life.
Mine as well. We eloped, so it was just like a planned elopement. So we just had like a small.
We know that's an oxymoron. Don't give a shit. We've gotten enough shit.
Yes,
from everyone.
We don't care.
It was a planned elopement.
We did it our way. We did it our way. I'm just in a singing mood.
All the love songs.
My best friend married us.
Yes.
Well, he was the minister, the quote unquote minister. He didn't marry us. We wouldn't.
No, it's not a throuple situation.
No, but if you got a throuple going on,
congrats.
Good for you. More power to you. It was absolute perfection. It's kind of like a blur. So much happened so fast, and our ceremony obviously was very quick and short. But I just remember looking at you, and there was stuff going on around us, but all I could see was you, and I can't wait to see some of the professional photos because I don't remember anything else going on other than Biscuit sitting at our feet during, looking up at us.
Tell that story.
Biscuit, we thought Biscuit was going to be like so pumped that people were in like the room with us.
A nightmare.
He was going to be going nuts. And he was the sweetest little angel. And during our exchanging our vows and stuff like that, he just came and sat down on his little tush and looked up at us. And I cannot wait to see pictures of that and share them with all of y'all.
Like he knew it was a special moment. He's like, I want to just watch and not be crazy.
Yeah, it was like he went, this is not about me for once.
It was truly the most magical weekend.
It was. And I'm sure we'll tell stories about it here and there as the podcast goes on.
Like
unless you have a story you want to tell right now.
I have a story.
Oh, go ahead.
It's a Bob's themed story.
Well, that's the best one then.
The next day.
I struggled with that. I don't know what was going on.
The next day I walked out of my room and our room, and I was dressed in like workout clothes because we were going bike riding.
E-biking.
E-biking. So I walk out of my room and my mom happens to be there and she sees me in my workout clothes. And she is our biggest supporter, Bob's Credits supporter.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. She was fan number 1.
She was patron
Patron
number 1,
number 1,
maybe,
yeah,
or maybe
yeah.
number 2. Even though she doesn't watch Bob's Burgers, she's just like die hard
Yes.
Bob's Credits fan. And she was just like, she just looks at me in my workout outfit and she goes, "You should launch a Bob's Burgers workout brand." And I was like, what?
First of all, we don't own Bob's Burgers, so I don't know that we could slap Bob's Burgers workout.
I was just like, what does that even mean? And then later in the car, I was like, oh, we could do Linda's like pregnancy yoga DVD, like squatting otter.
Oh, we'll do that for sure.
Anyway, it really made me giggle.
We're on a high. We still have yet to come off of it.
Yeah.
Like not just the ceremony, the whole few days. We were up in Santa Barbara. It was just wonderful.
I almost died, so it really...
Yeah.
I fell off a bike.
Yeah. I was like married for like 12 hours and almost lost my ride.
Your ride? Your
my
ride or
bride.
die?
My ride.
Oh, your
my
ride
bride. My ride.
All right. I'm
Okay.
sure the people are like, we love y'all. We love for the love of God.
We've been dying for this episode. Come on, everyone. But before we get into it, we do have some new patrons to thank.
Yeehaw.
And we have to burger pun their names.
Okay, let's do it.
First up, thank you, Fernando Flores. Moving forward, you will be known as the Stir Non-Dough 4 Eggs Burger.
Whoa. So we got naan
It's
and
like-
eggs.
Yeah, it's like a preparation burger. You stir the
What is
naan.
a preparation?
Well, it's like it tells you what to do. You got to stir the naan, and it's non-dough, the burger,
Okay.
and 4 eggs are in there
Okay.
at some point. Or you can put 4 eggs on top. I don't know.
I don't...
Seems like a lot.
Okay. Yum. If naan is there, I'm there. And Fernando, we know you wanted to join for a while. We are so happy to have you. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even tell you.
Absolutely. And next up, we have to thank Bianca Bowman. Moving forward, will be known as the Bianca Bob Oh Man Burger.
So it's a Beyond Burger?
It's a Beyond Burger.
Okay.
It's a kebab. It's a Beyond Kebab. Beyond Kebab. Bianca.
Okay.
Oh Man Burger. Because it makes you go, oh man.
Oh, man.
I know Bianca's husband bought that. She's a huge fan of the show. Bought
It was a
the Patreon
present.
subscription for her. So just love it.
Bianca, we're so happy to have you here.
Also, Bianca, this is way after Halloween, but
Mm-hmm.
she posted on her Instagram, she did a different Halloween costume every single day, and they were incredible.
She has costume tutorials for Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
So, like, go check out her YouTube. Just search Bianca Bowman and Bianca's World. And then Instagram handle is Mrs.B_B_BOW. Lots and lots of Bob's Burgers costumes. Fantastic.
So thank you so much to the two of you. We, like Skylar said, are so excited to have you there with us and hope you're in the Discord so we can get in there and interact with you. And if you're listening and would like to join us on Patreon and have your name burger punned here on the show, patreon.com/Bob's Credits.
I want to do some burger puns.
Okay, well, do not burger puns,
Oh, well, I'm let down.
but we can do puns.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Sounds great.
This week we're going to be doing pest control truck puns for Bob's Pun or Mac's Pun.
Now, themed?
Themed.
You see, you know my heart.
They're love themed or like love song themed, I guess I'll say.
I love it.
Okay. Are you ready for your first pun, Skylar?
Yes.
Let's spray together.
Cute. Oh, that's so good. I can't imagine that Bob's hasn't used that yet. But you're brilliant. I'm going to go
I'll
Max.
take it. Yes. You look wonderful, termite.
That's another amazing one. Sorry, Max.
Yes. I only have flies for you.
That's another great one. I'm going to go Bob's.
Max.
You're trying to trick me.
And your final pun is killing fleas softly with our spray.
Max.
Bob's.
No!
Oh, started
my
off
God.
so strong.
I screamed again. Can you lower the...
Don't worry, the levels are always adjusted. You can scream as loud as you want. Yeah, you got 2 right.
I was thinking that marriage had really
good job,
us.
honey. You got 2 right.
No. I don't want you to treat me like a child since we're married.
Oh, no participation trophies. You really let me down, honey. Which husband would you like?
Why don't you just let me say what I was going to say?
Okay.
I really thought, since we got married, I would have been just, tapped into your mind and gotten all of them right.
Oh, no. No, you're going to be more confused than ever moving forward.
Okay. How about we dive into Skylar's Sides, the fun facts before the fun facts.
Dish it, girl.
As I often do, I'm breaking the rules again. I think our fans need to hear about the most epic wedding gift that we got from one of our patrons. Jeff recorded a cover of one of our favorite Bob's Burger songs to celebrate our nuptials, but it's honestly one of the best covers I've ever heard. I've had it on repeat. I want to share it with y'all. They did a brilliant job.
The way they can do both characters, both Bob and Linda, so good. Anyway, we'll just play it.
This wedding is my war zone, and I'm the doctor in it. I've got to save their special day, gotta cater it to the limit. Something so important, our burgers were their Cupid. Gotta give Farron, what's his name, a perfect reception to prove my job's not stupid. So do I take this meat to grill just right? I do. Take this cheese to melt on top so nice. I
Bob,
do.
this isn't on you. The ceremony was upsetting. The way these two rushed into this, you'd think it was a shotgun wedding.
But do I take these buns to have and hold? I do.
All you can do is do your
Toast them perfect so
bestest.
their love grows old. I do.
They are a couple of hot
Do I swear that I
messes.
won't screw this up? I do.
Bob, you're crazy.
Do I need this more than anything?
Do I think you've lost your mind on this?
I do.
I get so emotional when I listen to it.
I get goosebumps. I want Jeff to have their own show on Broadway, doing all the Bob's Burger songs, playing all the characters.
Let's make it happen.
Okay, we have all the control in the world. We can make them.
Well, we
End
got
up
a
on
little
Broadway
Instagram
somehow.
account. You never know what's going to go viral.
Okay. Should we get into this episode?
Let's do it.
Skylar, can we have the title and synopsis for Season 7, Episode 9, please?
The title is Bob Actually. It's Valentine's Day in Seymour Bay, and Cupid is busy. Jimmy Jr. wants to sky kiss Tina, but our little Valentina has the chili poops. Meanwhile, Bob learns hip hop for Linda. Louise fears Rudy likes her, and Jean falls hard for the Italian lunch lady substitute. Oh yeah, and Miss LeBon's keeps stealing stuff, while Mrs. Selbo stalks her ex from the restaurant. I also have to add, Speedo Guy gets a little action too.
Everyone's getting some in this episode.
I told you, Cupid's busy.
This episode came out on February 12th, 2017. It was written by Stephen Davis and Kelvin Yu and directed by Chris Song. It came out on my mom's birthday, February 12th, 2 days before Valentine's Day.
It did?
Yeah, it's also
Oh.
Lincoln's birthday. There's some information for you. There's something you know as a kid when your mom's birthday is on a president's birthday.
You always got that answer right on the history quiz.
Oh, if there is, I mean, I don't think that was a common question, but
If
if
it
it
was.
was, I was ready for it. Yeah, they put, what's Lincoln's birthday over like when was the Emancipation Proclamation instead? Well, in America, I wouldn't be surprised if they prioritized that.
I know.
Anyway, I love this episode because of how many things are going on. You don't really get episodes too frequently with this many stories going on.
I'm so glad you brought that up because when I was watching it and writing the synopsis, it is just stuffed to the gill in such a lovely way. Everyone has their own emotional arc, And this is one case where I love that there's so much going on.
Me too. It's interesting to see like pretty much every family member gets their own storyline happening. And it's done so well. It doesn't feel like too much in a short period of time or, you know?
I totally agree. And what I see the fan favorite moment is that's hip hop, the, Flip's White Fudge hip hop storyline, which I absolutely love. We'll get to it in a second. But it's actually the whole piece together that I love about it. I am more partial to maybe Tina's storyline. And then, of course, Louise and regular size Rudy's storyline just sends me rocket loving through the universe.
And Jean's too was so fun with the chocolate.
It's so good.
And the Italian dessert woman.
Let's go through them beat by beat.
Okay.
Let's start with Tina. What did you love about that storyline?
This is like her day. Like she loves love more than anyone. And this is her Thanksgiving. If she's, Bob on Thanksgiving, he wants this day to be perfect. She wants this day to be perfect. And of course, on a TV show, things are not perfect on the day you want to be perfect. And probably the worst thing that you could have happen to you when you're trying to be like sexy or lovely or like
courted.
Yes, is having diarrhea. And poor Tina has diarrhea because they had a leftover chili eating contest the night before.
I thought the chili eating contest, what is it? A 3-second flashback between these siblings, and it gave me so much joy. So I loved that, but would have to agree with you, diarrhea is, I think, the worst thing that could happen.
The walk Tina has to do the entire time, we've all been there.
We've all been there.
It's so real.
It's so real.
And it's not fun. But I'm glad, like most Bob's Burgers episode, that it wraps up nicely. She still gets her kiss.
Sky kiss.
Yeah.
And I have to say something I love about this episode because all 3 of the kids have a storyline within the school. So I love how much Wagstaff is in here. So my favorite line from the episode, it happens so fast. It's from Zeke. Jimmy Jr. wants to do the sky kiss. He presents this great opportunity. She books it out of there. We know why. Everybody else doesn't. He goes, "Feelings are scary, girl."
Oh, it's such a good line. Zeke, just like with the throwaway almost, and it's so funny.
I think I might need to make some merch.
Oh, feelings are scary? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely do that. You mentioned Speedo Guy. He starts off this episode. This is another episode where we don't get the opening credits. This is one of only 8 episodes to not feature the regular opening credits. So we've had a few already, so there's only a few more.
A lot of holiday ones, a lot of finales, season finales.
When they need that extra time, they kind of just do it. And yeah, it starts with Speedo Guy, who, by the way, over on Patreon, we did an evolution of Speedo Guy. That's such a fun episode.
It'll blow your mind how much we actually know about Speedo Guy.
There's a lot of information over the seasons about him, and we've crammed them into one episode.
I'm just going to sneak in here. We were just talking about how full this episode is and how much we love it. It makes so much sense that they don't have opening credits because they do need the extra time. They're juggling a million storylines.
Yeah. It's a close-up of him turning on his stereo or boom box, and he puts on Stupid Cupid, which is a song written by Howard Greenfield and Neil Sedaka, and was a hit for Connie Francis in 1958.
I mean, super popular.
Yeah. It's a great song.
But too. It sets the tone for the episode. I'm in it. I'm let's do a Valentine's Day episode.
Which character would you like to jump into now?
Louise.
Okay. If there's anyone who's the opposite of Tina,
yes,
when it comes to Valentine's Day and love, it is Louise.
Feelings are scary, girl.
Feelings are scary. Commercialism of the holiday is scary.
Well, I'm gonna...
Oh, okay.
I think just like you, she uses that as a guise to avoid
Emotions.
Intimacy.
Oh, okay.
So I think what's so fun about this is you get the storyline of, oh my God, Rudy likes her. And then as an audience, you start to panic. You're like, no, don't throw off the equilibrium. We love y'all as friends. So that's such a fun storyline. But then when she gets jealous that the flowers, the weeds actually aren't for her, you get a whole new level and character depth from Louise. This is really one of those episodes where you can pinpoint character development. And yes.
And I do love the moment where she's trying to deter Rudy, and she's talking about eating her boogers and how much she loves doing it. And Rudy's like grossed out at first, but then he's like, you know what? I love how positive Rudy is.
He's so positive.
He says, you know what? Your nails look great, and your hair looks good, or the whites in your eyes look good. Something's working for you, so keep at it. That's great. Maybe you got a secret that none of us know about.
And then we get to see Rudy so much in this episode, and I'm just like, move over, everybody. Rudy has to be in every episode now.
Rudy is just absolutely delightful.
I think this is Louise's first kiss.
Oh, yeah.
And yet Tina doesn't get to have all the kissing fun facts. Woo! They went there. The first time I watched this episode, I didn't think they were going to go there because that's so out of her character. But I love that she gets to have that moment. I love that it's associated with it. She's got a slap too.
Should we move on to Gene?
Yeah.
I disagree with his thoughts on dark chocolate, honestly. I enjoy a good dark chocolate.
You're also a 40-year-old man.
That's true, yes.
But what's also fun, like I love the romance, the crush, but his taste for dark chocolate develops by the end of the episode, which I found delightful. But anywho, this like iconic Italian woman with the chocolate and the
bust.
The bust. I loved it.
Me too.
So much.
Yeah, it's almost like a Sopranos spoiler, but it's not much of a Sopranos. That character that Tony kind of hallucinates.
Oh,
the next door neighbor.
Course.
It's like Gene is like hallucinating this character, this Italian woman who makes these desserts in the lunchroom.
But Bob's is so smart. Like it feels like they're parroting every time a TV show has like idolized this like Italian like sex pot woman.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so funny.
And I didn't really notice this the first time I watched this, but because it's so fast, but his dream of their life together. And they have Gene and Isabella's dark chocolate shop, and he like lives in Italy. And
yeah, and it
so
has
cute.
in his fantasy, it has the grand Riri opening banner, and she's even like standing next to him, like Linda stands next to Bob and puts his hand on her on his shoulder.
Oh my God, it's so
cute.
sweet.
But now we should move into Bob and Linda. Bob, Linda, and Teddy, I guess.
Yep.
Flip's white fudge.
Yep.
We get to see Bob and Teddy go take this hip hop class with this teacher, Shelley, voiced by Brooke Dillman, who we talked about before, who I always tell you is the landlady that Michael Scott gets set up with on The Office.
Her? Yeah. Now, does she voice Nat? Because they sound similar
Not
to me.
Nat. Jillian Bell is Nat.
Okay.
But she has done a bunch of voices on this show.
It's so funny because she's so like meek on that episode of The Office, and now she's like hysterical.
Yeah. Do you know who Shelley is a direct parody of?
Is it that meme that was going around, that video meme?
Yes.
It is?
Yes. So it's Dina Rizzo is the name of the woman, and she has this horrific 80s or 90s, probably 90s, early 90s hip-hop video. But if you haven't seen it for whatever reason, I'll link to it in the show notes. But you have to watch if you don't want to go to the show notes, just YouTube Dina Rizzo or like worst hip hop video ever. It's probably going to pop up. But I'll play a little clip.
Hey, I'm Dina. Look at my feet. My feet are straight ahead. You don't want to do that. You want to turn your feet out. I'm going to do this backwards. And that's what makes it look like hip hop. I think the first thing that you need to know about hip hop, it's all about your posture. And you know, growing up, my posture was really bad. My mom used to tell me all the time, stand up straight, stand up straight. Well, you know what? I was standing up straight. And hip hop is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, hit, ah, and ah. The more relaxed you are, that's what makes it hip hop.
Love all the definitions of hip hop in this video. It's so funny. It feels like an SNL skit from the beginning.
I love the like Southern accent. Like
Me too.
This is someone I could have taken a hip hop class from when I was growing up in Texas.
Is it time to tell a story, a very specific story, dance class, hip hop dance class story?
Take it away.
So years and years ago, I wanted to get Skylar. What was the present for?
My birthday.
Your birthday.
Yeah.
So I secretly got us dance lessons together, but I didn't know schools in the area. And I also didn't know like what style of dance to get Skylar. So
Keep in mind, I am an ex-professional ballet dancer.
yeah. So that was also like trying to figure this out without her assistance. I did the best I could. I found a school and I said, yeah, we'll take a class and just sprinkle in all kinds of dance.
Sorry.
We get to this place. It's like right off a major street with a big like glass window.
Really nice dance studios. You go in, there's a hallway, there's a dressing room, there's an office. Like,
This is one room
it's just there.
on the street with a big window. And we meet our dance instructor, who is not far from this Dina Rizzo.
So close, but not the hip hop clothes.
Not
Just
hip hop clothes.
This very close to this woman in the video.
Yeah. And immediately she smells of beer. Like she's she's definitely been drinking. She smells like a frat,
reeks
a
of
frat
beer.
house almost.
But Max and I can't tell each other this. So the whole time in my head, I'm like, can Max smell it? Can Max smell it? Am I making this up?
I don't know if she was drinking in the back room or this was after lunch. Maybe she went and had like a little drink on
It
her
was a
lunch
Friday.
break. Yes, it was a Friday. So, she was maybe celebrating a little bit. Anyway, we go through all different types of dancing.
Ballroom.
Ballroom, waltzing, line dancing. I don't know. But then she goes like to end it. She's going to teach us hip hop.
So that we can, she specifically says, so that we can like,
Dance in the club.
She said the club. I thought it was like weddings and.
No, I think she said she like, if we wanted to like dance in the club, this
She
is
was
what they're
so
playing.
serious about us bringing this into our lives, our everyday lives.
Yeah, she said, this is the one. And she says, so I'm going to play some modern music. And she pulls up Beyonce
From, like,
Crazy in Love,
2008,
right?
yeah.
This song was so old by then and is teaching us the weirdest hip hop moves to Crazy in Love.
It's just me, Max, and her in front of a mirror,
Lined up.
doing.
Just like this Dina Rizzo and this
Dated.
character in Bob's. This was honestly the class we took. This is why I relate to this Bob and Teddy storyline so much, because I was in this class with this exact woman
There was
trying to
just
learn hip hop.
No Flips White Fudge.
Yeah. So I love this storyline. Flips White Fudge. People love this character. Super memorable character, and pops up later at some point.
They love the tagline. They love the dance. Well, Linda loves the dance too, which this is actually what Linda would love.
Yeah. I love that Shelly and Flips come and dance with them at the end. It's so good.
Iconic for sure, though. And I think people do want to see Shelly back. We did get Flips White Fudge back in season 13.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to see him. Speaking of this,
Nice to see
nice to
him.
see you. All the hip hop music in this episode was composed by a rapper producer named Danny Swain, who goes by Danny with an exclamation point. That's his like stage name.
I love it.
He has a crazy like long list of music background credits on TV,
Fun.
including stuff like The Jersey Shore,
No.
The Challenge.
No.
Skylar and I love The Challenge on
And
MTV.
Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Don't hide.
Snooki and JWoww. So he probably does a bunch of MTV music
Yes.
and Sesame Street even.
Wow.
Crazy, and he also has his own albums and stuff, but just very interesting that he did all the hip hop in this episode.
That's a great, deep cut fun fact. Thank you for
Yeah.
that. We should just, briefly talk about Linda always trying to be kind of her own Cupid. We should do an evolution of, what's her name, hun?
Miss Elbow?
Yes, we have to do an evolution on her because it turns out she is not well. She has been stalking her ex, stealing his dog.
Mm-hmm.
I would not be that calm if
She-
someone stole my dog.
She was always she's gossipy. She's the front.
Yes.
She's like the receptionist at the school. She's very gossipy.
I kind of love her though.
Me too.
We all have a little Miss Selbo in us.
Oh, sure. She's voiced by Sarah Baker, and David Herman, who's Mr. Franz, amongst many, many other characters on the show, does the voice of her ex who comes in at the end, Martin.
Martin seems like a socks and Birkenstocks, bonsai tree trimming kind of guy to me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's what he does.
They took a little
at
turn
home.
at the end there.
I feel like he does something really like soothing and calming with his hands.
Got it. I hear you. And just one more other voice credit I want to point out is that Stephanie Beatrice, who's, she's probably best known. She's on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. She's Detective Rosa Diaz. She does the voice of Chloe Barbash, who Rudy has a crush on, whose hair smells like cake. Birthday
and
cake.
who's a little biatch to Louise in the movie.
Yeah.
We were all freaking out when she was on the poster. We're like, why is she there? But I did love that plot in the movie. Also, I love how they have animated her hair. She is the girl with the glossy hair, and you're like, ugh.
Hate Chloe Barbash. My last fun fact before we get into the end credits is this episode was nominated for an Emmy. This was the 6th time in a row it was nominated that year. And it won that year for the 2nd time ever.
Good.
Good.
Good. Justice.
Yes. Well deserved. Are you ready to get into these end credits?
Yeah.
So the last kind of sequences, we see everyone, like all the couples, they're getting their kissing on.
I do have to point out another parallel to Love Actually. We didn't officially say it, but y'all get it. Bob Actually, Love Actually. This is parodying the iconic holiday film Love Actually, which I think for me as a viewer was one of the first films that I really saw. They were like, this is an ensemble movie. We are doing like 7 storylines. So that makes sense why there would be so many storylines in this.
Totally. And I'm glad you brought that up because the script cover that was drawn for the cast and crew was kind of like emulates or like a parody or homage to the poster for Love Actually.
The, like,
there's a side-by-side up there on Instagram for you to look at right now if you want to see them.
Amazing. Also, we're still like in the holiday spirit, which is fun. But they play the iconic Love Actually movie in the Love Actually music in this montage right here. And I don't know that Love Actually particularly ages that well. There's some stuff that I just love, but I was obsessed with this movie growing up. When I hear this airport music, I just get all the love feels. So this did something for me.
This music in the end credits is from Love Actually?
Okay, so we're going to have to watch Love Actually again.
Yeah, I guess so.
If you don't know this music...
But they like Bobified it a little bit. Bobsified it.
Yeah, but it's at... Oh, I'm so bad.
We'll get into it.
That sounded like...
Yeah, okay. So the last few moments, everyone's kissing. We'll probably start with the clip of Rudy and Louise, and then it goes into Tina, and then we go into the end credits.
Whoa. Ow. If you tell anyone about this, I will end you. I think I'm sweating.
Excuse me, coming through. Emergency.
This is like the Love Actually music.
Got it.
Made it.
So the Sky Kiss music isn't the Love Actually music. The music at the end of the episode, I hear. Okay.
Right. I thought for a second maybe you misunderstood me there.
Yes, I did. Okay. So Tina is rushing back to the bathroom on her stilts, is somehow managing to go to the bathroom from the stilts. I don't want to know what's going on in there. Tell me what happens when we get into these end credits.
Okay, we get some music, which we got to talk about.
Yeah.
And we see Speedo Guy and his mermaid gal kissing. There is Maillard. Is that how you pronounce it?
I don't know.
Maillard balloons. Those red kind you buy on Valentine's Day. The background is pink and purple and yellow, very vibrant.
And we get this like electronic guitar song, and hear like,
is it like
Sky Kiss? So let's see what else we get happening here.
So it's actually very interesting. Someone sketches Tina.
Yeah, like a large balloon kind of like goes in front of the screen and then disappears. And then, yeah, Tina kind of gets like sketched in black and white and then colored in.
Yes. And then there's this like rainbow of color behind her. This is giving me major like Lisa Frank vibes, like 90s notebooks with hearts and stickers and
Yeah, and also kind of like those like 70s camera tricks with like the,
yes,
you know, a lot of like James Bond, like I feel like opening titles have that like
exactly
style.
Exactly.
So after Tina walks off the screen, we get kind of like a giant heart in those styles, all those different color hearts.
Yeah, very 70s vintage vibes for sure.
Yeah, and we get Jimmy Pesto Jr. jumping up and down.
The background goes white, and then a character comes in, and it's like framed by all these colors. And as you said, Jimmy is jumping.
Yeah, he's on the trampoline, followed by a close up of kind of like the
love weeds.
The love weeds that Zeke is selling everyone, and that Rudy purchases.
I love
the love
Zeke.
weeds. Oh.
And I love the
Zeke.
love weeds. He says something so poetic about them. He's like, they're just plants in the wrong place or something.
Tina, just end up with Zeke.
Yeah.
He's lovely. Tell me what you ugh at.
So, of course, Chloe whips her hair and like, as if it smells like God's gift to the universe, hearts like bubble off of it.
I felt like she was rejecting us almost.
She was.
That's
she
rude.
Was like,
but then it
with
cuts
the hair.
right into all the kisses again.
Yes, so we have Rudy and Louise. Oh.
And then Tina and Jimmy.
And there's like hearts in front of them. It's a lot of colors, a lot of hearts. I love it.
Okay, I figured just let it play there. So followed by Tina and Jimmy, we get Linda and Bob, Gene and his dark chocolate spoon.
Wow. What character growth?
Yeah. And then what do we see? What's like the final thing?
Okay, let me explain the background first. It's white with just like almost marker pink hearts. And in a chain, doing kind of the wave, you have Flips White Fudge, Teddy, Bob, and Shelly. And they're kind of like doing this wave. They're all holding hands doing this wave.
Yeah, which they kind of do in the episode, which they do in the episode, sorry.
I like these credits, but I'm sitting here and I'm like, is this parroting something that I'm not aware of? Because I feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah, I think it is too, and I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
It feels like it's very specific, but maybe it's not. I don't know.
It
If you know and we missed it, let us know, DM us.
Yeah. And for those of you who are on our secret menu Patreon, start up a chat in the Discord because I'm curious.
Highlights, lowlights.
I get so excited by the Love Actually music that I get sad when it stops playing because it's like an emotional, nostalgic thing in my brain. So it takes a few seconds, but then I really enjoy the Sky Kiss music.
I do too.
It's really good and unexpected, which I love. I love all the colors. It's not a narrative, and I kind of love a little bit more narrative in my end credits, but it's really fun to watch. It feels so good to celebrate every single storyline that was packed in here.
Yeah, and I love all the smoochin'. And I just love the joke with Gene. I loved it in the episode, and I love seeing it in the credits again here while everyone's kissing, has a partner, and Gene is just kissing his dark chocolate spoon.
I mean, he's the winner to me.
I agree. Should we score him?
Yeah.
We score on a scale of 1 to 10 H's at the end of Tina's I'm going to kick it over to my wife. I didn't say it like Borat.
You did.
I
you
did?
did say it like Borat.
There's no way to say my wife without sounding like Borat these days.
Just try and say it normal.
My wife.
Let me do it for you. Okay. I'm going to kick it over to my wife.
I'm going to kick it over to my wife.
Okay, that was it. I'm going to give it a 7.
I am going to give it, a 7. I'm with you. I think it's fine. I love seeing everyone. The music's great, but it's just not my favorite.
The episode was so good.
Yeah, it's above average, but not spectacular.
If you think we got it wrong, let us know, though.
You can always come at us. We'll fight. We're not going to fight.
We'll fight with love.
Yeah, this is a love episode. We'll love on you. Yeah, those are the end credits to Bob Actually. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Go follow us on all the social media. If Twitter still exists, we're there too. Bob's credits all across the board. What else do you want to say to everyone before we get out of here?
Stay smoochy.
Oh, I like staying smoochy. Oh, Biscuit thinks I'm calling him over. He's like, oh, you got a treat for me?